Yeah, I remember, mate. Ah, shit, I even sound terrible. Yes, I remember how to do it, Jase. All right, here we go.
We're going to go you in the show.
Fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. G'day, fellas.
G'day, Jase.
Keyzie, you're back.
So good to be back. I'm so happy that I'm back here.
You're sounding very nasally, Keyzie.
Do I look tan?
No, you don't. You look surprisingly wan. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, same, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
I actually did that when I went over to Mexico, and I went there for a couple of months. But because you're sort of raised on the New Zealand sun, you're very conscious of not getting burnt.
Yes.
But of course, every other country in the world's got an ozone layer. So I went there and lathered myself with suntan lotion and came back white as fuck.
You look like you've got tuberculosis.
Can you just say that I look tan and that I look good?
Well, I would if you were.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I know you wouldn't.
Totally would, Keyzie.
Regardless.
You would go quite brown though, wouldn't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty brown, because I was pretty pale before.
I tell you what.
How brown do you want
I'm
me?
not struck by how brown you are.
Right.
And I'll be honest, it looks fake. When I went to Fiji...
You've never been to Fiji?
Yeah, I have. Did a bit of filming there, a bit of screening
reels.
reels.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And it was very funny. The first day we got there, it looked like this. There was a couple of English couples there on the beach, and they were big units,
Getting
and they
their
were
burn on.
so sunburned. And
Yeah.
I was like, you absolute losers. You're in Fiji, cover up and bubba, slip, slop, slap. The next day, I was burnt to shit. I was like a boiled lobster. I was like, how the fuck does that happen?
Did you put on any sunscreen?
Yeah, a little bit, a little dab.
Little dab there on your massive honker.
On my honker, yeah, man.
Well, that would have been a whole tube. Still got it, fellas.
Hey,
Hey, still got it.
He's
Yeah.
back. I set you up for that one,
Yeah, you
Keyzie.
did. Thanks for that. Usually that's my job.
So there you go.
What's the secret? There's the secret to suntanning. You put on, because I was putting on SPF 30 because it's so hot there you can just get burnt and then peel, and that's a waste. So I figure if I just 30 it up the whole time I'm there, then I'll get brown. And this, I felt like I got quite tan.
I leave it for about an hour before I put any on.
Yeah, it's just good idea.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But generally, I will have a burn at the start of the season.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Well, just to...
You forget.
I think you do.
To remind
Yeah.
the flesh what's coming up.
This is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it sort of weather-beaten, saggy and shit for my later years.
I do,
Saggy,
yeah, the skin tags and the little nodules and,
That sort of burnt raised chest area.
Yeah.
Sort of flaps of skin on your chest.
The
there.
classic sort of sunburnt V-neck, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
massive white man breasts.
My
Well, I
favorite.
mean, in my case.
My favourite is you see a lot of Aussie tourists over there, big fellas, bald with shades tans. And you
Yeah.
can tell that they wear speed dealers or something,
Yeah,
usually.
yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. It's basically just all Aussies and Kiwis, though. There were a lot of Big Show listeners in Fiji. Like, seriously.
Huge in Fiji, man.
I don't know, like, we should go to Fiji. Admittedly, none of them were locals, but there was just obviously heaps of Aussie and Kiwi, middle-aged
Aussie,
dudes.
we're not big in Aussie yet.
We know that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah,
though,
you're
eh?
right, though.
We know that, Keyzie, because we got a number of reports back directly to Mogi and I from people that were with you.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we totally did.
What's your best piss story, though?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be you.
There was one...
But people getting maggoted?
There was one guy, and people on the cruise will know that it was a wedding cruise, right? I'm not going to say whose wedding it was because we're not allowed to say. But it was a lovely cruise. There were families, grandparents on board. One guy was there on his own, early 20s, and he was on Kontiki. He was not on a cruise, and he walked on and was absolutely hammered. It was 11 a.m. first day. He's double parked with his Fiji Golds. And he's
He was drunk already.
He was already drunk because he'd been drinking in the hostel, apparently. He comes up to me and a group of the boys that were there, and he's like, "Oh, g'day, fellas. I might drink with you guys. You guys seem like good bastards. Yeah, haha, blah, 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 blah." Talking to him, and he's double parking Fiji Golds, putting them down around the place, forgetting about them, blah, blah. Later in the night, someone was talking to him about it, and it turns out he didn't realise that he had to pay for his beers. And he had no money. And he was like, no, it's free. You just tell me your room number, and they give you free beers. And someone was like,
Classic.
no.
Classic.
It was such a it was like a classic early 20s blowout that I could see myself having.
That's so good, though, because then he would have had to stop drinking.
No, he didn't, though. He was wasted the whole trip.
That's unbelievable that he would have so little respect for the people hosting him that he would just
get hammered.
get heaps. No, but that he would get heaps of beers and then just forget about them and leave them lying around because he doesn't give a shit because he's not the one paying for them.
Oh, yeah, it's true, actually.
That is
yeah.
a real dirtbag.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Now.
And then just sort of slip off the boat a little bit later
Was
on.
he a brother or a relative or something?
No, he was a mate of theirs. He was a good fella, I think. I think he was just going through a tough time in his life where boozing seemed to be the answer.
Right.
Which was my diagnosis of the situation. And he was there alone. He'd recently split up.
So was there somebody else that had been invited?
I don't think so. Oh, actually, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
and then that person can't come.
It was very recent, so that's why he was there on his own.
Right.
Like, as I say, good chap. I was just
Did he
shaking
cry
my
at
head.
any point?
Not that I saw. Nah, not that I saw. Apparently, he had an arm wrestle with someone at 4:30 in the morning and lost and started to get real angry, and they almost had an actual fight, which I was quite stoked to hear about.
Jesus.
I love that shit, though. It's
4:30 in the morning.
It's so entertaining.
That's old school drinking, that right there.
And what
old
happened?
School.
4:30. There's all these crew members are up still partying with them as well, and the boys are like, "Man, when are you guys going to go to bed?" And they were like, "Oh, we're not allowed to until you go to bed." And then they all felt terrible.
So could you guys piss off and go to sleep for God's sake?
Didn't complain though. They were absolutely loving it. And then they were all up at like 6 a.m. the next morning getting everything ready. So yeah.
Brr.
But did you guys? How was field days? Was that fun?
It was good, man. Beautiful sunny day.
She was a cracking day.
Actually, the weather here looked amazing the whole time.
It was pretty much the whole time you went away until
Friday.
Was Friday bad, was it?
I think Friday, because my mum turned up on Thursday and it was right on Thursday, and then Friday it turned to shit.
Right. Yeah, but generally very nice.
And like last night when I landed and you're above the clouds and you're like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. Then you go beneath the clouds and instantly the windows on the plane just fill up with water.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was horrible. It was so cold. And I was just like,
How hot was it over there?
26, 27?
Beautiful.
Jeez.
Just right, eh?
Yeah, man.
I'd forgotten what it's like to have a high temperature, and I hopped off the plane in my boots and my jeans like this. Our bags were held at reception because we were there early, couldn't check in. And I had to go sit by the pool for 3 hours in jeans and boots.
Oh.
Everyone else was just in their shorts and stuff.
That's how I generally run summer anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't do the shorts and all that sort of shit. But I do the work I'm doing on my legs at the moment at the gym there.
Just about ready to show them
I'll be
off.
showing those bastards off over the summer. No, I won't be. I'm just lying. I'm not showing anyone my legs.
Well, I reckon your legs will be fine.
Actually, I'll show. My wife doesn't care. But then again, she's not interested in me overall. So the legs, whether I show my legs or not, it's not important. You know what I mean? It's just part of the same package.
I reckon your legs will be fine.
No, my legs are not fine, Keyzie. Trust me.
Like, how withered are they?
Oh, they are withered.
Right.
And very skinny.
They'll be pasty too because you never get them out.
And I've got bald patches on my legs too.
From the jeans rubbing against them.
My jeans rubbing up against them. So there's patches of that are as smooth as a baby's ass.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Why don't we
No.
do a thing?
No,
we've got to
we'll
build
stop there. Stop you right there, Keyzie.
We need to build you some leg confidence, is what I'm going to say. So we get you waxed on your legs. We get
No.
a fake tan
Put
on
a fishnet stockings.
fishnet
Oh,
stockings.
I can do the fishnets.
and
That's
pantyhose
fine.
or something, make it look nice, and then take a photo of that. It will be like, there you go, Jase. That's how good your legs look.
Well, no, you go, Mikey.
Oh, no, you go.
I was going to say, and I've said it many times before, I did have one girlfriend that said to me that I would have beautiful legs if I was a woman.
Well, there you go.
But I've got a woman's legs.
Yeah,
It's just the key is to not care.
yeah, I know. Well, I don't care when I'm at home.
Yeah, but you do care.
Well, not when I'm out, I do. But actually, to be honest, actually, I am reaching that point now. Last summer, I actually wore shorts quite a lot, and I didn't care.
Can you
Yeah.
wear them in just one day?
No,
So that's the thing. Because it's made such
I'm not
a
wearing them into work. It's unprofessional.
I wear shorts every day in summer.
And you're,
Yeah.
and you're right to do so. But the problem is you've made such a big deal about it now. You can't, because as soon as you walk in, everybody will be banging on about it.
I'll be wearing the
You
jeans.
got the old pins out, Jase.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but no, it was good. And old Pugs did a great job.
Yeah?
He did a great job. Old Pugs. Hey, Pugs.
We have actually got something to do that we need to work out, Keyzie, and that is that we're going to go and do some car racing out at, where is it? Unfortunately, as it transpired, Jase doesn't have a driver's license.
Oh, God.
He thinks he's got a restrictor, because he hasn't renewed it for 20 years. He will not have a restrictor.
Do you not have anything? You fucking...
So we're going to be taking Jase through a learn. He's going to have to do his license.
Oh, we are doing that with us in the back seat.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
I was going to say, I mean, I'd be happy for that to happen, but I don't think they'd allow it.
I think we can
we'll
try.
take you driving
We can
lessons,
try.
though.
We'll see if we can
I'm not doing driving lessons, Keyzie. I'm a fucking ace driver.
No, we'll take you, and just because I can sort of remember what's involved with getting the full license. There's a lot of like things you have to keep an eye on.
But this is what's funny about it, because I mean we could go through it as well, because we could do the learners, because he's going to have to. I think he'll have to do the lot.
Oh yeah,
I think he's going to have to do the lot. So
Really?
we'll have to. Well, you've got no license, man.
Yeah,
and
but I mean-
but it's been 20 years. Why would they not make you go through it again? I
Yeah,
don't know.
but no, hang on. It hasn't been 20 years since I had a license. It's been it might have expired about 4 or 5 months ago.
So do you
Right.
have the card?
So it's not like 20 years that I haven't had a
it
license.
has expired.
Yeah.
And I assume they're not going to go, oh, welcome back. You've had 20 years to get this sorted. You haven't. So then you're just going to mosey on. All I'm saying is the bureaucracy, my experience of bureaucracy is they're not going to make it easy for you.
Well, I hope not. Is all I can say.
I'm sure.
I just want to go on there, sit my practical again, and bugger off with my full.
Well, Jase
Full
wasn't. See, now
license.
this is really funny. Jase wasn't aware that it's changed quite a bit in the last couple of decades.
yeah.
That you have to, and in fact, that was when I got mine. But as you're driving along, you have to identify.
That's what I'm talking about.
Audibly.
Yeah.
Jase had
Hazards.
or the hazard. Jase had never heard of that.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things like that. There's having your hands in the right position. There's checking your mirror every 6 seconds.
Yeah, I
and
know
stuff.
that part. I know that stuff.
Really?
Well, when I got my driver's license, when I was about a minute into the drive, and he said 2 hands on the wheel would be a good start.
Yeah, right.
So it'll be quite a long thing.
But that's true. In terms of the observational side, I've never done that before.
yeah.
Well, we need to team up with AA or something, and
There's a
all of us
really-
sit our learners.
Hundy.
Really hot woman there on the left-hand pavement, and it's not like that though, eh? It's just potential hazards.
Because you would have done your license in a Model T or something, right? Or a Model A.
Whatever, Keyzie. No, I think I did mine in the old Hyundai Pony.
Giddy up.
What even is that?
It was a car that we bought for $700, and then when we drove it away, we realised that there was a massive crack in a major part of the engine.
Oh, in the block. Wow.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never heard of Hyundai Pony. Well done. You guys bought a really random car made from 1975 to 1990 in South Korea.
Yeah.
Well done.
How hot.
And then she went like the clappers after that, Mogi. Like the clappers, mate. Well, I think she broke down.
Well,
after about a
anyway,
year.
plenty to organise there. And
Well-
then that will all ultimately lead into time trials, I'm assuming. The demo derby out at Hampton
Time
Downs will be good.
trials.
I love how,
But Jase will still have to learn how to parallel park.
and do a hill start, 3-point turn, all that sort of stuff. You got
I've been driving for 20 years. I know how to do all those things very
hang
competently.
on, and you're not allowed to do any of it with cheese balls on your on the passengers.
You didn't hear, actually, Keyzie, I disgraced myself last week because they didn't have any cheese balls, and I ended up buying cheese and bacon balls,
Oh,
And then,
which
he comes in here today.
were disgusting.
He ate half the bag.
Yeah,
Still disgusting.
yeah.
Then he came in and he said, I've got a stale bag of cheese. I'm going to get some cheese balls on the way home. I said, just finish off those stale bars. He goes, oh, fuck, I'm not eating those disgusting bloody things. Neck minute.
It was literally on field days when we got back from field days, and I was starving. And I went, I've got that half a bag of bacon and cheese balls. And seriously.
Strap the old bag to the face.
I put one in my mouth and went, oh, God, that's disgusting. And then I ate the entire packet.
Your Hauraki Big Show Keyzie word of the day is...
Oh, yeah. Hill start Hoyt.
Oh, God, this is
going to be a great year, man.
This is going to be a nightmare.
I can't wait to do this.
Absolute nightmare.
Hey, don't forget, send all the Keyzie words into the Hauraki Big Show Instagram via the messenger there with your cell phone number. We could be calling you Monday with a Big Show prize pack, which does include a Backbone t-shirt. Also follow us on Instagram, Mr. Mike Minogue, at Hoity J, at Chris KNZ, and Spare Keyzie, call me Pugs as well.
Thanks, mate.